Hi everyone, and welcome to SDI Week 3. And the lesson for this week is reviewing objects and JSON data structures. And for this Week 3 assignment, I went ahead and continued on with the time travel metaphor that I was using in my previous assignments. I'm enjoying it very much, and I think it offers a lot of flexibility in regards to creating interesting functions, and in this case, an interesting object. So in this week's assignment, I focused solely on the DeLorean, on the time machine. I wanted to explore the object, and I wanted to be able to introduce other objects that were wanted to be able to introduce them to this object and to bring them in from a JSON data structure and have them interact with the object. So problems that I encountered, well, as of the time of the assignment's due date, I am still not done. So that would probably be my first problem. The second problem that I had with the assignment was in regards to really the flowchart. My first attempt at the flowchart was to come up with the story and lay it out in a structure that I would be able to follow. I felt that that would be easier. I'm familiar with flowcharts and I'm familiar with the properties. What I found is that it was actually very difficult for me to visualize in my mind exactly how I wanted this assignment to flow. And so very late in the assignment, I came back to my code and just decided to quickly write out my code. And I actually had an easier time simply writing the code, and now I'm kicking myself and wishing I had done that from the very beginning, because I probably would be done with the assignment by now and not losing points. What I have done here for my code is I've actually created the object. I've got the object which DeLorean. Let's see if I can make this bigger. So I've got my object which DeLorean. Because as we explore the different time periods, the DeLorean actually changes. And the things that change regarding the DeLorean are listed here in these different elements within these different keys within the object, such as their power source, and of course the timeline that it's in and who's driving it. And depending on the variable put in and which function you call, it changes which DeLorean you're looking at based on the pieces of the object. So this is my assignment so far. I actually have a lot more done than it looks, but it's just not quite ready to turn in yet by the time this assignment is due. I think the activity fits in and builds on what's already been learned, because obviously we've been learning about functions, and now we're placing functions and arrays and all of these wonderful elements and ways of declaring a variable and holding on to data. And we're finding a way to manipulate it all within an object. You're saying, this is a thing, and I want to do stuff with it. And we're learning how to interact using code with a singular entity, and looking within that entity to find that it's more than just the entity, it's also a sum of its parts. I think that the lesson will help me with future activities and courses, because again, I work a lot with code, not me directly, but a lot of the people that I work with in the office that I work with, and it'll be good to really be able to wrap my head around this. The objects are definitely a problem area for me. I thought that JSON was, but it's actually quite simple. It's just an object, and it's quite simple to call it. So I feel like I've overcome my fear of JSON, and now I just need to not worry so much about objects and get this assignment done and move on and continue working on it. Again, this is Tyler Nicely for Scalable Data Infrastructure in March of 2012, talking about objects. And I hope your assignment went a little bit better than mine. Thanks.